Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, wow, how did they get there? Maybe it's a business owner, a fitness coach, or a content creator who seems unstoppable. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize. Success rarely comes from massive, overnight changes. It comes from small, consistent actions. Tiny choices that compound over time. The people you admire didn't leap to success. They built it one small improvement at a time. That's the power of being 1% better every day. Think about it too, 1% doesn't sound like much. It's almost invisible. But when you commit to being just 1% better daily, something incredible happens. Over a year, those small improvements don't add up. They multiply. One tiny step forward, repeated 365 times, can completely change your life. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't luck. It is the accumulation of small habits practiced with intention. Let's take an example. Imagine two friends, Alex and Jordan. Both start the year with similar goals. They want to get fit, read more, and be more productive. Alex gets inspired, goes all in for a week, then burns out. Jordan, on the other hand, decides to focus on just 1% improvement. Instead of running 5 miles on day 1, he walks for 10 minutes. Instead of trying to read an entire book, he reads just 2 pages a day. A few months later, Alex has stopped completely. Jordan, he's still consistent, and by the end of the year, those tiny habits have transformed his health, mindset, and confidence. The difference isn't motivation, it's consistency. Motivation fades. Systems last. And that is what the 1% better mindset is really about, building systems that make progress automatic. You don't need to change your life in one day. You just need to keep showing up, one day at a time. Here's something powerful. If you improve by just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. But if you decline by 1% every day, you'll almost hit 0. That's how powerful small daily choices are. You're never standing still. You're either getting a little better or a little worse. The direction depends on the habits you choose. Now, let's be real. The hardest part of self-improvement isn't starting. It's staying consistent when no one's watching. The results don't show up immediately. You'll feel like nothing's changing. That's when most people quit. But the truth is, success is happening beneath the surface. Just like bamboo, it spends years growing underground before it ever breaks through the soil. Then, suddenly, it shoots up feet in just weeks. That's what small habits do. They grow quietly until one day, everyone can see your progress. So how do you actually apply this 1% rule? Start small, ridiculously small. If you want to get fit, start with 5 push-ups. If you want to write, start with 1 paragraph. If you want to save money, start with $1 a day. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be consistent. Because once you show up daily, your brain starts to trust you. You build momentum. You create identity-based change, the kind that lasts. And here's the secret. Your habits shape who you become. Every time you show up, even in a small way, you cast a vote for the kind of person you want to be. You're not just exercising. You're becoming someone who values health. You're not just reading, you're becoming a learner. You're not just saving, you're becoming disciplined. These small daily wins compound into massive identity shifts. The beauty of this approach is that it removes the pressure to be perfect. You don't need to wait for the right moment, the perfect plan, or a burst of motivation. You just need to start today, right now, and focus on being slightly better than you were yesterday. Over time, that small shift changes everything. Let me tell you something personal. There was a man who struggled with discipline for years. Procrastination, poor habits, low energy. One day, he decided to make one small change. Wake up just 10 minutes earlier. That's it. No big plan, no all-nighter, just 10 minutes. But those 10 minutes became a space for reflection, then for journaling, then for planning his day. Within months, his entire life began to transform. That's the ripple effect of one small habit. We often underestimate what we can do in a year, but overestimate what we can do in a day. The 1% better mindset flips that. It teaches patience. It teaches humility. It reminds us that greatness is built quietly, not loudly. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters consistently. So, if you're rewatching this right now and you feel stuck, remember this. You don't need to fix everything at once. You just need to start. Read one page. Take one step. Write one line. The small things matter more than you think, because the truth is, ordinary people don't become extraordinary overnight. They become extraordinary through daily, consistent effort. And when you look back a year from now, you'll be amazed. You'll realize that those tiny steps you took, the ones that felt too small to matter, were the very things that changed everything. So today, make a choice. Not to be perfect, not to be fast, but to be 1% better. Because success isn't built in a day. It's built day by day.